Alright, man, so this week you've been working extremely hard, bro. You dropped like a ton of reactions, bro. And you dropped that skit, bro. And not to mention, bro, you're almost at 1,000 subs, bro. And, bro, I gotta tell you something. I don't really do this often, so don't think this is gonna be an everyday thing, bro. You get the night off, bro. So use it wisely, bro. Make sure you don't come back slacking, bro. That's all I ask, no cap. For real, bro? And whatever you're working on, I'll finish it for you right now. Got you. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Alright, just make sure you react to this video for me, bro. I already pulled it up, bro. All you gotta do is react to it for that, bro. Alright, guys. Today we have Deli Warren Camden. I think that's how you say it. Active Gang versus 51st Street. I already have it pulled up, bro. Man, there's no more talking, bro. Let's get into this video right now.
Two men have been stabbed.
It's a 10-minute video and they're starting with breaking news. I gotta spark the raise first before we start this. I gotta spark the raise.
In two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night. The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. Okay. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live. But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street, and how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications.
So I'm already hearing that it's a tourist attraction, but it's dangerous. So for me, who lives there? Comment where you from me. What you think about this? Comment what you already know. Let's go.
Yo. So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden.
So you telling me all this started because he got his watch stolen? Y'all start splashing and going crazy because he got his watch stolen, bro. They took his rollie and y'all start going crazy. I hope there's more to it.
Another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth, which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden, which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate.
So we got Peckwater first, Peckwater gang, okay.
QC gang, which were from a road
QC, Queen's Crescent.
in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Combo, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the 5 and the 1 come from.
That makes sense.
From the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Active Gang, which some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Ager Grove estate in Camden. And Active Gang are affiliated with another gang called CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up and called themselves 71st. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st over this watch being stolen.
So now that I'm getting is a war going on between about 6 gangs. I mean, not 6 gangs, but like, feel me? There's a lot of people on each side. So 51st versus 71st. Who y'all think stronger? Comment down right now, bro.
First. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Ager Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang.
I like the way y'all all matching all that shit. That shit tight, I ain't gonna lie.
Such a big community that the majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with, which you will understand more in this video. And this beef was on go from early. In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represent 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3 51st members. The members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the two members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the two realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But
they ran at the hospital while they already got shot? Y'all really don't fuck with 12, that's a fact. Cause nah, you hurting and you gonna run out the hospital, bro? That's some tweak activity, I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
police ended up detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all three members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all three were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st weren't happy about this triple shooting, and they were trying to get it back in blood. So they went lurking on the Aga Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital. But this beef really kicked off in a situation that wasn't even... It's really...
Going crazy, but damn, y'all crazy out there, bro. Overwatch, all this Overwatch.
linked to both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and
You know girls be trying to set niggas up, bro. They don't be caring about that gang shit. They just be trying to have fun. They want all the niggas there, bro. Y'all gotta move tag, bro.
to leave their beef at home. Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London there, but a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being the boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down.
Yo! He getting chased down by mad niggas, bro. He playing Temple Run. Phone him. Damn, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn.
20 young boys. And when the boys caught up to him, they stabbed him 13 times altogether, which actually resulted in Dotty dying, which 4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted for.
Damn. 13 times is crazy, bro. 20 niggas. And he probably got beat up too. It's 20 of them, bro.
So 51st were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden, northwest London, to Hackney in East London, and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dotty were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first.
Yo.
So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole nother 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found the 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night, and 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips, and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch, bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden, and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Flips and arrested him, and now Flips is serving 17 years to life for this murder.
Damn.
After this, the beef in Camden went under some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges, and the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out, and taking in consideration that 51st members...
Once they got out, bro, you know how gangs get, bro. But nah, they went crazy, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm high as fuck, bro. But this shit crazy.
Just before everyone started going to prison and killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called Gxng was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him, and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body.
Camden stabbed and 10 left with life-changing injuries after being run over with 4x4 and stabbed in the head. A 4x4 is crazy. That's a big car. So, you know, on a 4x4, they seen and got to going crazy on him, bro.
First member called Gxng was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralyzed and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st, 2019, a suspected member of 51st called C. Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C. Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C. Miz, and C. Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is...
Why y'all think they call it Congo, bro? Obviously, because they just went crazy on a Congo man. A Congo man.
Because C. Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And members repeatedly in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali. Pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C. Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see, they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that...
Before we hear that, 51st, go crazy, bro. I've been listening to 51st, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy, bro.
And they see they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old, and basically we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. On the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jalirs, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turned into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C. Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling...
What did that say, go? I gotta read it. Agar Grove Community Hall, Lawworth Tower, Agar Children's Center.
Unhappy enough with the killing of C. Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the estates of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Sea. When they spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 p.m. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road. But 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member.
This the nigga, bro. He like he's smart as fuck or something. Like he read mad books.
Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbors' doors to let him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killer knife through his chest.
Damn! Hit his ass with a dagger from him, sword, samurai sword, Power Ranger sword, damn. Oh my god, he playing Tekken, Mortal Kombat, damn, Street Fighter.
Him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killer knife through his chest while it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved in a local gang and brushed aside his football. And
bro, that's what we talking about, bro. You gotta pick a side, bro. You can't be in the field, bow, splash and shit. Feel me, going crazy with daggers and shit, and playing soccer and football, whatever y'all wanna call it. You gotta pick a side, bro. Like, you in it or you out, bro. There's no in between, bro. So I feel bad for him, bro. Alright. R.I.P. But Buddy head wasn't alright. Buddy head was tweaking. He was moving dumb.
unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as these back and forths normally go, 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent L's, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred.
How they gonna show her face and cover it up, bro? We already seen her, bro. You're not safe. We got it in 4K. You're on 4K. You're in.
And killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another.
Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that? I'm not tweaking, bro.
Woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred yards from the situation. And 4 days later, a 71st member called Nux was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me, especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines, he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts, the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out, is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming from a little small altercation that happened a couple years back. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video, and peace out.
Whoa, y'all. That is the end of the video, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. 51st Street, 51st versus Active Gang, 71st, whatever you wanna call it, went crazy, bro. Like, now I understand it more, bro. It started over a nigga watch, bro. Really? Y'all gotta be kidding me, bro. And they killed an innocent, bro. He was from East London. Like, why y'all killing innocents, bro? I ain't gonna lie. Thank y'all for recommending that video, bro. I understand a lot more, bro. Give me a little more, you feel me, information. Good. I got a good look on this stuff now. But comment some more songs y'all want me to react to. Anything y'all want me to react to. Limited Edwin, gang. And we're gonna be back tomorrow, y'all, feel me? But I ain't gonna lie. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. And we out. But do you hit that sub button? Make sure you hit that sub button. Alright, bet.
Thank you. Come again.